fellow Trek Chatters, I'm Pit Trekkie, and welcome to another episode of Pittsburgh's Trek Chat. Well, today in this episode I'm going to be doing a little bit more of a serious discussion. This is an episode that I've been, even before I started filming the show, I've been thinking about, so it's been a couple months in the making. But really what I want to talk about with the fans today is what is happening in Star Trek fandom. I mean, anywhere you go anymore when you're on social media, you go on Facebook or you go on Twitter or you go to different websites, all the fans are doing is yelling at each other, back and forth, screaming at each other, calling each other names, and the one that really drives me nuts is people saying that other people are not true Trek fans because of their opinions. I'm going to get into that in a little bit here, and I'm going to probably get a little heated during this episode, but this has become a passion for me, and it's just driving me nuts how people are treating each other over really what it comes down to is a TV series and movie series. I mean, yes, we love it, it's a big part of our lives, but people are genuinely ripping real people to shreds over TV and film franchise, and it's just getting ridiculous. So here's what I've been seeing a lot of lately. Ever since Discovery was pretty much it was told when it was going to be in the like 10 years before the original series. We already started seeing some divisions. We had people who thought this would be fresh and exciting and be new, and then we had other people saying, how's this going to stick to canon? Okay, is this going to look poor? So what we ended up getting is once Discovery, right before it aired and then finally when it aired, is we got really three groups. We got, the first ones are the pro-Discovery groups. These are the people that you're going to find online that love everything about Star Trek Discovery. The way it looks, what the story is, how dark the material is, how perfect the characters are. And these were also the people that came out the first night and said this is the best Star Trek series that ever existed. Which I thought was a little over the top, but people are allowed to believe that. But these people are the ones that want no dissension whatsoever. None. And if you don't like the Discovery or the way it's going, then there's something wrong with you. Alright? Then we got the other group that are the anti-Discovery people who hate everything about it. Okay, they hate the way the show looks because it doesn't fit 10 years before the original series. Obviously it doesn't. They don't like the way the Klingons look, they don't like the new uniforms, they don't like the darker tone, they don't like the possibility and the rumors that Section 31's involved. These are the people also who will go out of their way and tell other people that they're not Star Trek fans. And we're going to get back to that in a little bit, alright, because I've got examples. Also, we have where I kind of feel like I fall into. You got the moderate people. You've got people that are enjoying it because it's, it's a Star Trek show. It's nice to have Star Trek back again. They're trying to like different things about it, the sets, the ship design, the story, things of that nature. There are things that they're a little worried about or upset about that they don't agree with, and maybe certain things that don't stick really to canon, but they're willing to give the show a shot. And not completely 100% badmouth it. There are pros and cons of it in their world. And that's kind of how I feel about Discovery now. It's an interesting show, but I have some of my own personal complaints about the canon issues and the tone and the story, things of that nature. Alright, so here's what the problems are with the extreme sides, okay? I'm going to go on to the pro-Discovery people first. For me, in doing my research on finding some of these negative comments, it was a lot easier to find pro-Discovery people making a lot of negative comments toward the anti-Discovery people. That's just what I've seen. These are also the people that tend to use the words whiners and complainers when they're talking about the people that don't like certain things about Discovery or don't like the show, period. And they're also the first ones to go and claim edict. That's really getting on my nerves. You've got people, and here we go. I'm going to give you some examples. Some of the pro-Discovery people here. Alright, here's something that one person put up. A picture of Saru that said, quote, "My BS ganglia indicates Discovery whiners just can't convince their mommies or wifeys or hubbies to pay for CBS All Access." That's one negative comment. Here's another one. This person was in response to somebody asking basically why somebody who doesn't like Discovery is following it on Facebook. This fan said, "Why are you consciously following a specific Discovery group if this is how you feel? Utter moron." Alright? Absolutely no need for that. No need for the level of name calling that I've seen. Here's another one. Alright, so here's somebody who was saying that he's unhappy with things with Discovery. and this is paraphrased, I just sat through all 4 episodes and it was quite painful. Skip to, thank you Seth MacFarlane and Brandon Braga for giving us an alternative to this tripe, meaning the Orville. I'm glad I'm not paying for it. That being said, my opinion in no means is meant as an insult to anyone here personally. Well, apparently some people that are pro-discovery took offense to it, and this is what they said. I respect your opinion, but my opinion, you are stupid on a galaxy scale. The other one says, thanks, now go away forever. Another person goes, hey look, it's some wannabe hipster contrarian trying to be internet cool. And the other one says, well, for all you haters that hate this new show, so far, in my personal opinion, is that I loved it so far. Well, at least that was somewhat of a mild one. All right. Here's another one that was mentioned recently, and it's actually been mentioned several times. Dear administrators, I think it is high time we started to remove the haters and trolls. They tend to wreck morale and suck the fun out of it here. This is a fan page after all. Okay, yeah, you know what? It might be a fan page, but people are allowed to express their opinions. You want to go somewhere where people are having their opinions cut and where they're being censored and not allowed to say stuff, go to a foreign country over in the Middle East and deal with it that. We don't need it here, okay? Does it matter? Do I understand that it gets frustrating listening to people complain over and over? Absolutely, but it gets just as frustrating listening to people suck up and kiss Discovery's butt, okay? So that, and then these are the fans that'll be the first ones to go and cry edict. Give me a break. You're going to go and you're going to cry edict, but then you're going to go and call people trolls, haters, and other negative things. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay? Now, on the other end, we have the anti-Discovery people. All right? These are the people that are overly critical about the show. They will nitpick about everything. Okay? No matter whether it's the Klingon makeup, the design of the ship, the spore drive, whatever it is. They're going to find something to bitch and moan about. Okay? And that's getting ridiculous on their end to a degree as well. Here are some of the anti-Discovery things I found. Okay? And let me just tell you, this is the group that will be the first ones to go out there and call people who don't agree with them and love Discovery not Star Trek fans. So in one response on an internet page, one person said, show and ship are way too advanced for that time period. No matter what the sheep who watches it says, they would watch anything with the word Star Trek in it, LOL. Here's the other one in the same response. Then you're either not a proper Trekkie or you've not looked at the shows. Here's another one. All right, this is actually trying to defend some of the people who don't, I don't want to word this, that do like Discovery. This person goes, yes, the you are not a proper Trekkie argument. There is no such thing as a proper Trekkie. Get over yourself. Well, you know what? Here's another one. The TOS Enterprise wasn't the flagship. Maybe you should make an effort in your research because you don't sound like you're much of a fan. All right, anti-Discovery people. Who in the hell died and made you the people who decide who's a Trek fan and who isn't a Trek fan, okay? In my opinion, I have my own opinion of what Star Trek fandom is. Everybody else has their opinion of what Star Trek is. Everybody, there's no specific way to say Star Trek is this, or this. Star Trek is what everybody wants to make it out to be, okay? And if you don't have to agree with what other people say, but again, you don't get the right to go and say, well, you don't agree with what I say about Star Trek, so you're not really a fan. You don't. So get over yourselves, seriously. All right? All right. Getting back to more of my notes here. Let's see here. I got a lot of notes. All right. So really, what is happening now is that there just seems to be so much general disrespect among the fandom, okay? And I know that there's always been a lot of differing opinions, things of that nature. You've had a lot of people that were upset when Next Generation first started. You had a lot of people upset with Deep Space Nine, how dark it was. Voyager wasn't Star Trek because it wasn't in the Alpha Quadrant. And you have Enterprise people saying that it made the show look too advanced in the original series and there's no way that they were precursors to Kirk and Spock and the Enterprise and all of that. There's always been contention, okay, among fans. But it's really gotten out of hand now, especially with social media, things of the nature. I don't understand why fans just can't come together and just have a respectful dialogue with each other? Why do they have to resort to name calling at this point? That just drives me nuts. And I guess part of that comes from me being a therapist for the last 14 years. I try to find ways for people to peacefully overcome conflict and positively communicate with each other. And this is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, the fighting and the name calling that people do. If you want to like Star Trek Discovery no matter what, fine. Like it all you want. Are there the people who don't like it? Are you allowed to hate it and want to watch the Orville instead? Yes, absolutely. There's no need for the name calling. Just be happy with what you got. Me, personally, right now, I'm very glad that I have both Star Trek back and I've got the Orville to watch, which is feels very like the next generation in the Star Trek I grew up with in the 90s, you know, and that's obviously the way it's designed. I'm happy about that. I'm happy that I got Discovery here. Do I think that there are some problems with Discovery? Absolutely. And I apologize, I haven't been able to get CBS All Access yet. Some cart bills and stuff have come up, so I haven't been able to do that, but mark my words, as soon as I get it, hopefully within the next week or so, I am going to go back and review the episodes and give you my take on what I think of the show at this time. But I am really sick and tired of all this back and forth arguing and disrespect the fans are doing toward each other. Remember, it is a TV show, and remember, it is a movie franchise. It is not something that real life people should be destroying each other with and upsetting each other over with. It's sad. It really is sad. And I'm not going to be like all these other people and say, well, how would Gene Roddenberry be acting about this right now? I don't know how Gene Roddenberry would be acting about it, so I'm not going to give my opinion on it. End of discussion on that. So, basically, in conclusion, people are entitled to their opinions. Remember, they're opinions. You don't have to take them so damn personally. Let it go if you don't like it. If you have something that you need to say in opposition to what they're saying, find a grown-up way of saying it, please. Okay? I'm just tired of the chronic complaining. I'm just sick of it. There's no real definition of what a Star Trek fan is, and you're going to have to get over yourselves with that. I have my own opinion of what Star Trek is. Everybody does. Accept it. I'll tell you what, I'm not even going to do Open Channel this week. I'm so frustrated about this, I'm just not even going into it. You guys know where to find me on Facebook and Twitter and on YouTube. I'll tell you what, I'm exhausted. I need to regenerate.